What is good, Council of Comics? It is June 2nd, 2024. It is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Which means it's time for film and box office news. Hey, we're reviewing Riddick, part 3 of the Chronicles of Riddick trilogy. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Day. Where are the heroes? As soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live Podcast. It's episode number 89, like Phil just said. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is your weekly dose of film and box office news and everything TV, according to the Council. Of course, I have it with me as always, Phil, Green Shirt Guy, C. Bizzle, and Cliff, who says he's on his way, because we're never complete without Cliff. Yes, Riddick, Chapter 3 today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about that at the end. If you are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right now. If you're on Facebook, jump on over to the YouTube and get subscribed. Let's go here. I have to share my screen. I should have had that already. Young at Heart Foundation. This is a great organization run by a good friend, Mike, out in California. Faith, trust, belief is their motto. They do great things for the kids out in California awaiting medical transplants and medical procedures. There's a couple ways you can help out Mike and this organization. You can go to Donate at Life America on the website, youngatheartfoundation.com. You can hit this register to become a donor button because more than 100,000 people are awaiting a life-saving transplant, and you can register to be an organ donor today. So just hit this button for Donate at Life America. Second way to help, you can sponsor a Hope Kit that's 100% tax deductible. They'll put all the funds that they put together and then create these nice little gift boxes for the kids that are waiting these procedures. If you also have other ways that you want to help Mike, give him a call at 323-396-9998 or email him at info@youngatheartfoundation.com. Next up, it's supposed to be Alternative, but I didn't put it there, so here it goes there. I'm wired in. I promise you I'm wired in.
You gotta pay your bill too.
Alternative Comics, located out in Hyde Park, New York. This is our home away from home out in Hyde Park, New York. It's at 870 Violet Avenue, Hyde Park, New York. It's run by our good friend Anthony, one of the greatest guys in this comic book business. They have comics, cards, and toys. They have the Hudson Valley, New York, biggest selection of comic books out here in upstate New York. But Anthony also has another special thing. For those of you out there who don't have an LCS, local comic shop to go to, and you find it difficult from week to week to pick up your books, Anthony has a 10% off pull list. You would give Anthony a call, give him your books, he'll pull them aside, and then he'll get your address to ship them out to you. There's two ways you can get in touch with Anthony. You can give him a call at 845-233-4234, or go to web or email him at alternaverse2@aol.com, and the website is alternaverse.net. They also have card tournaments on the weekend, Lorcana, Pokemon, Magic. Just give Anthony a call and he will hit you up with the schedule. The Council of Companies is on YouTube, 855 subscribers, on our way to 1,000. Please hit that subscribe button if you have not already. We go live 3 times a week. On Sunday is Film and Box Office News, live 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific, as we're doing now. Mondays is 8 p.m., New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week, 5 p.m. Pacific. We go over all the new books that are coming out, all the new keys, and we start our monthly giveaway, which is the best monthly giveaway
100%.
in the comic book space. where we give out about $250 to $300 at the end of the month in comic books, slabs, Funkos, all that. One big prize. One person gets it. It's the best. We also have other videos. We have
Absolute best.
the
100%
absolute best monthly giveaway. We have to stress that very much. Phil
I
just
think we're the best giveaway.
that's what I'm saying here. Phil has dropped comic book pickup episode 33, nice little X-Men haul. You can check out that video right there. Skits and picks for New Comic Book Day 100. It was a tremendous success. Is on there as well. Tons of other council conversations and event stuff that you can go through. Just go through the playlist. Next up is Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle. Tell them about your channel, C Bizzle.
So basically, my channel right now is mainly unboxings, and I do a lot of shorts talking about the three hype books. Either 3 books I'm most hyped about in my pull list every week. That's matter of fact, that's dropping tomorrow. Also, you can catch me here with the Council Comics on Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. And that's about it.
Excellent. Please like and subscribe to Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle. Also subscribe to Cliff on Comics. He's not here at the moment. Cliff is making his way to 800. Like and subscribe. He just recently had Coffee and Comics with Cliff episode 4. And he had officially unofficial Geek on there. It was a great show. Check him out. Make sure you like and subscribe to Cliff on Comics. We are also part of the Sunday's Legendary lineup. Every Sunday is a lineup of YouTube channels dedicated to this, comic books, everything in our space. At 9:45 was canceled this morning. It was Breakfast with Brian, but usually is at 9:45 in the morning. At 10:45, we have Comic Book Church that comes on. Let me get to this arrow. At 2 p.m., we have, I watched it. It was Into the Comiverse, episode 34, 40 Years of Transformers. It was excellent, but at 2 p.m., you can usually check that channel. At 4 p.m. is always the Sunday Sort. Then, of course, us at 5 p.m. for Film and Box Office News. Right after us will be the Sunday Sesh Comic Book Hangout at 6 p.m. Then it'll be kicking it with K-Pop Devil Flyer 7 p.m. They'll be going over. At week's end, it'll be at 8:30. And last but not least, at 10 p.m. is Sunday Night Live with Trev the Shipping Guru and Evil's Comics. So make sure you check out Sunday's Legendary lineup. The best lineup in the YouTube space. Look at that. Council Comics Part 2, the best. Right there. I like that. I like that very much. Very, very much. It's hot out here in New York. It's hot out here. I don't know how it is in Texas, but it's hot out here.
It's actually cooled off. It's actually cooler because of the thunderstorms rolling through.
It's humid. It's humid over here. Let's get to see who's in this house. Las Cruces, as always, the big prize winner from last month's New Keys giveaway. What's up, Las Cruces? Thank you for being here. Phil's Treehouse says, hey, look, there's a free craft soda bar in the back. Thank you for being here. Meatwad number 1 is in the house. What's poppin' party people? DJ Wise is in the house. Oh, freebies, nice. Hello, everyone. Hello to you. Thank you for joining us. Kenneth Bird is in the house. Hi to everyone here tonight. Joe 47771 is in the house. Yahoo. Let's see. Trev the Shipping Guru is in the house. They'll be on at 10 o'clock. Good afternoon, Cliff and the council. Yes, but no Cliff. You live our life. This is our life here. Waiting for the Cliffster. All right. Before we get into box office news, I think we should talk about 3 things that are coming out in June that are going to be big as far as TV wise, and let's give our opinions about them. First up, I want to talk about is The Acolyte.
I saw a trailer for this the other day, and I was like, "Wait, what? How did I either forget or miss this initially?"
Yeah.
After the trailer I saw, I was like, "Oh yeah."
The Acolyte is coming, my friend. It premieres on Tuesday. So, right after we get our books in the shop, I'm heading home to watch some Acolyte. What are we thinking about The Acolyte?
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's I think it's gonna be pretty good. So, I've read a few of the High Republic books, several of them. So, And this
Well-
is like the final days of the High Republic.
Yeah, let me give you a quick synopsis of what this whole High Republic is. The High Republic takes place about 500 years to about 50 years before the Phantom Menace. This is the Jedi was at the height of their power, the height of everything that they are about. There are no Sith in the area, but there are great enemies in the galaxy that cause great things to go on. This place, the Acolyte, takes place 100 years before the Phantom Menace, and it takes place, if you're reading all the canon for the High Republic, like Phil said, this takes place after the Jedi defeat the Nile.
Okay.
So that's where this timeline takes place. There's a rising thing coming up, and it's creeping in, and that's what the Acolyte is basically about. Is about the dark side and the Sith eventually coming to be. Does that make?
It makes a little bit of sense. I mean, to me, it does, because I know all about the Nihil and all of that battle and stuff. I don't know how the Nihil was like defeated and all that. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, they haven't finished that part yet.
Okay.
But,
Because like there was like three. I think there's like three phase. They're probably doing phase 3 of the High Republic.
Phase 3 right now. Yeah. So the first phase was
like the Nihil.
Yeah, like the beginning of it, like 120 BB before Phantom Menace, or 120 BBY, whatever it is, and then the second phase goes back like 100 years before that.
And it's how it's like it's almost like how the Nihil was formed, or how the leader simply about like, you know, I guess like his family almost, and like the ship that he uses, the Gaze Electric. It's also like the story of like that ship and stuff. It was really interesting.
Yeah.
Welcome,
about, like, Cliff.
Found out about like the levelers, which are like some creatures that
Yeah, they got some monsters in this thing. Hopefully we'll see some of those in the series. Cliff, what are your thoughts on the Acolyte?
I would like to like it. I hope it's good.
Anything you're expecting from it? Come on, Cliff, give
No,
something.
my bar is very low. You know, like it's just very hard to enjoy things lately. You know. So
I mean,
am I wrong? Like, am I wrong? Like, it's just neither here nor there anymore. You know, it's like, this is trash. That was halfway decent. Oh my God, Godzilla -1 was incredible. And then, you know, it's just a blender. It's just a blender lately.
Ty York is
Godzilla
the only one that we know.
currently available with or without subtitles on Netflix.
No, Vanestra Rowe.
Oh, Vanestra Rowe.
She's in the show. She's gonna have the purple whip. First time we'll see a lightsaber as a whip.
Yep.
In live action. Listen, I love Star Wars. Like, I love
it. We're gonna have lightsaber whips.
No, yes, I love it to the point of, I didn't create Star Wars. It's not mine. Whatever story they're gonna put out there that's Star Wars, I'm here for it, because at the end of the day, everybody can have their own opinion about what's going on. If I was writing the Star Wars story, it would go like this. Well, you're not, and we're not.
You're being way too generous. All right,
why do I not need to be generous? Do I own Star Wars?
It's spiraling.
Do I own Star Wars?
Into doom. They focus quantity over quality as a whole company with all their shit.
There's too much energy. There's too much energy that you're giving to Disney. It's too much. There's too much going on in life. I have to worry about whether Disney wrote a good Star Wars series.
What I will say is this, and what I said from the beginning when we were getting the movies way back when, even some of them I didn't like. More Star Wars is better than no Star Wars.
Exactly.
Because we went.
No, it's not. I mean, like, honestly, when I look at the state of StarArs today, I would have been happy with just the original trilogy.
No, you wouldn't have. I wouldn't be happy with just the original trilogy.
You're definitively wrong, Cliff. On this one, you're definitively wrong. Because we went decades with nothing. And all we asked for was something. And now that we get it, we can't bitch that we don't like anything.
No, now you got too much, and a lot of it is bad. No, because
I'll take the bad.
I'll take the bad.
Like some of
look, look how much better the fandom was when we had less. You know, sometimes less is
It
more.
was no better because people bitched back then, but we didn't have social media, so you didn't have to listen to it every day.
Oh my God, the era of the Phantom Menace. Like,
Thank you.
Was as social media was arriving.
come on, now the Phantom Menace is looked on with some dignity. But don't worry, Ken Rollon agrees with you, Cliff.
I know. Because sometimes he has great taste.
Listen, I'm with Green Sugar. I like seeing Star Wars stories, and even like I said, we can go on day and day and day about how we would write better stories. But the fact is that we're not there writing them. We won't be writing them. And we have to be. That's what it is.
Coming. Where is this defense coming from? When they are when Disney is a hot mess, we're on a train of destruction with everything they currently own. Right? Yes, there are some good things. There's a lot of hot crap. Why are we saying, oh no, more is a good thing because more people in? No, I'm
not saying no. I'm not saying flood the market with Star Wars.
But they have been, and
no, they have not.
I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous.
They did a little bit before, but they've slowed down now.
Right, only because they finally were forced to take a turn. You know, and even still, they use
hang on. How many comics are there that come out every week?
Right. And look, we're reading garbage comics all the time. You know, I'm like, even I get angry at myself.
So let me ask you something. You would have rather have never seen Anakin Skywalker come back in Ahsoka and have those scenes with her. You would have never wanted that.
If I have to throw that out to have a stronger base of people being like, wow, that first trilogy was so amazing.
But you only want the first trilogy. You don't even want the rest of it.
I'm just saying that
you're never gonna not have people saying the first trilogy was amazing. Who disputes that?
I don't know. We have a whole new generation of people who love the most recent trilogy, and like,
okay.
I'm happy with that. Let them be happy with
However,
it. With them, Star Wars will
have
continue.
More Star Wars fans.
Yes.
Right, but now we'll have a generation of Star Wars fans who tell us that the first 3 movies are garbage.
I don't care what they say to me, Cliff. I don't care.
We have a generation now that tells us LeBron James and his crap career, his crap stat padding career is
better than Michael Jordan.
So, like,
why are you bringing sports into this? Don't bring sports into my argument.
It's true, though. It's a great analogy. It's a great analogy.
It's not a great analogy when I don't care about these people. I don't know these people. You know?
You don't know these people either.
Yeah, I know. I do know these people to a degree. I don't know.
How do you know these people and you don't know?
How do you know Jordan? I only know what I know.
We don't know any of them.
No, it's different. I have my.
How is it different? Explain to me.
I have my statistics and my research and my knowledge.
The sports has statistics and research.
Right, but I don't know it, so don't bring something.
So wait, because you don't know it, it's not a valid comparison.
Right, it's not a good argument for me when I don't know what you're
talking about. I think overall, Disney's done a pretty good job with Star Wars, all things considering.
You're trying to have a good argument with me. Like, if you're trying to convince me, don't convince me with things I know nothing about.
Argument though. Your argument can't be all right. We're gonna have this argument, but don't you bring up anything I don't know.
Right. Is it fair if I brought everything if I made this entire conversation about the last 60 years of Pride and tried to draw a comparison to that? Would you feel left out and confused?
I feel that you are teaching me something. I would feel that
you're not teaching me anything. You're dragging.
We are teaching you. We're trying to tell you what it is. We're trying to tell you that there's no way in this good God earth that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James. That's what we're trying to say.
Does anybody even remember Larry
Bird? You mean like that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan?
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, I got that wrong. They'll clip that on me. Yeah, they'll clip that on me. See, you said it. Cliff has his polls.
I predict the Acolyte is going to be better than Ahsoka. Like, that is my prediction.
Interesting.
That might be, and like the reason why is I felt like Ahsoka had a whole lot of jobs it was trying to do, where like this is almost like
it's new territory,
a fresher start. Yes, new characters and stuff. Like like Thrawn was already like established from like the 90s as a Star Wars character. And
Yeah.
Ahsoka's also like trying to pick up where like the rebels left off. So and they had like a lot of jobs, and I thought like Ahsoka was like, yeah, it's okay, you know, it was nothing great. I think this is gonna be better though because it's new
I think
characters.
Ahsoka started strong and kind of drifted towards the end.
Yeah, exactly.
I loved it
think
all.
this
I loved it all. Well, Ken Ross says Star Wars was a standard. People lined up for miles for it now, so it's a so what. Yeah, it's not a so what for me though. It's still I'd line up, go for Star Wars. All right. That's a heated topic. Whew, I didn't think it was against it. Let's see how heated. Almost lost. Let's see how heated it gets now. We're gonna go. I gotta say the best
on
for last.
TV in
We're gonna do
June.
The Boys.
Oh, I'm behind.
June 13th, The Boys.
I haven't finished all
That
of
might
the
be my summer project.
The Gen V.
I'm looking forward to it because Gen V left us with something to work with.
I have never seen an episode.
We watched the entire first season and
No,
halfway
do
through
we know
season
if this
2,
is all like I imagine Star Wars is going to come out week to week, you know, every
Yes.
Yeah,
and,
they are week to week. Yep.
and is
And
the
at
boys
9
going to
o'clock,
drop
I'm sure.
like, you know, the whole it's like the new season June 13th?
No,
like
it's
just-
week. They did week to week too. So, The Boys is it's one of the greatest superhero shows ever. Like it has its own style. It's deep. It's funny. It's just so good. Like they take steps that DC and Marvel probably wouldn't take or haven't taken or can't take. And it's just a more realistic approach, in my
You
opinion.
ever read The Boys?
I have.
Yes.
Comic?
It's like
Yeah.
it's way
it's
grittier
10 times
than
with the show.
Yeah, like the comic is even grittier than like the television.
Yeah.
comic is rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very wrong.
They're not. I don't know if they said this was the last season. But there was the guy who plays Homelander. He kind of like shot back at fans who are like fans of Homelander, like they love Homelander, and he's like, you guys, what's wrong with you? You're missing the total point of what this character
Right.
is.
100%.
think
Like,
it's,
I'm behind, but he
What's
was
his
not a
name?
good
Carl
guy when I
Urban,
saw him.
I think shines in this show though.
Oh yes,
Just
phenomenal.
the way he talks and he drops the C word like every
Butcher.
other word.
Yeah, the Butcher.
Exactly.
And then Homelander, like the character of Homelander is just incredible. But we're gonna see. You want to ever see evil Superman? Homelander is it times 10. He even said that Homelander could beat Superman.
Yes, he said
No.
it multiple times now. It's very annoying.
And
I mean,
disagree.
he makes a point with the kryptonite.
it
There's no kryptonite problem. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
does
Well,
have like
and you
a
also have to remember that Homelander doesn't have a color. Whereas
Right.
Superman's gonna go, well, at some point I beat him, I shouldn't kill him.
True. But that's
Yeah,
not gonna be the downfall though.
Superman has something that people avoid him using constantly because it's an easy way out. And he's got a little something called a phantom zone projector.
Yeah.
Hello, Comic Con Collectibles. We see you there. Don't
Rick.
worry, we see you. All
I think The
right.
Boys will be good though. I've enjoyed like what is it, season 4? So,
Yeah.
so, yeah, I've enjoyed the first 3 seasons. I gotta finish up. I got like just like a few episodes left of Gen V.
Yeah, you might want to finish Gen V because they say that leads directly into season 4, and the things that happen on there. So we'll see. All right, last one. I'm sure everybody's. Please, let's hope so. House of the Dragon, ladies and gentlemen, is on June 16th. Come on,
Yeah.
on. House of the Dragon. baby.
That'll be the Sunday night. What is it? Sunday night show on HBO for like the next 8 weeks. So.
It's something
Yeah.
that I'm actually interested in watching.
Oh.
Oh, it looks great.
And
If
let me
you
tell
like-
you,
If
You
you like
already
Game
know.
of Thrones, this is a show you gotta watch. This show, like, I can't say it's better than Game of Thrones right now because they've only had 1 season. but I think after this season, it'll start getting to better than Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones just left a bad taste in the mouth of the last season.
Yeah,
But
dude.
this talks about the whole House of the Dragon, the Targaryens, the fight for power. I'm looking very, very forward to this. Hack says, can't wait for House of the Dragon. I'm lurking. What do you guys think?
I'm looking forward to it.
I don't
Yeah.
have
That'll definitely be watching every Sunday night. Like that'll be like almost like an event. The big
Has anybody
screen, the
read-
surround sound, the whole bit.
Has anybody
No.
read the books?
I read
No.
the first 3.
Regular Game of Thrones.
Time?
Regular Game of Thrones. Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't even know we got books for this section of it. Like,
There is a book for this section, but it's more of they're telling history notes.
okay.
You know what I mean? They don't get into depths about it. But there is something that they're not making this up as they go along. Like this stuff has already been written down before. Matt Smith is tremendous in this show. There's tons of dragons. The wall's coming back. Is there anything that you're looking forward to in this show?
Yeah, I want to know what goes down. Not that little boy got killed. Let's find out.
You
That
want to know
creepy,
if he got
uneasy
killed?
feeling that you get from that very strange fucking Game of Thrones.
I was like, I'm like, oh, shit's gonna get good. Yeah, especially because Homegirl's auntie or whatever the hell she is, where she's just like, fuck y'all ruined everything. I lost my son because of you pieces of shit. But this little bitch
apologize for his language.
in my home, you know. So I'm like, it's gonna get ugly, and I can't wait.
Indeed.
Or that guy with the creepy foot fetish. Like,
Yup.
that type of thing.
all the uncomfortable sex triangles.
Yeah, the uncomfortableness that
Matt
comes
Smith
from
begging
watching.
for the orgy while staring down his niece was wild. That was just craziness. That was just some next level uncomfortable stuff. So there's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, that's what like people I think really do look forward to with this show. So when it delivers on that,
Shocking.
and then maybe a
There
dragon or two, that'll be great.
There are 2 other shows, one that is filming and one that is in development. The other show that is filming is Dunk and Egg. It's a story about a knight and a squire, but what the squire is actually a Targaryen, who eventually becomes a king. And that's filming. And then the other one that is in development right now is the big one. Aegon's Conquest, where he takes over or unites the realms by conquering all of them. And they come from was it Valeria? Is it Valeria, that place? Am I saying it right, or is that Conan? I feel like Valerians.
I think that's Conan. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
it's
think what
Conan, right?
It's something like that, but I
Similar, right?
can't for the life of me.
Valerian steel. Crom.
The name of the main area is Westeros, but I can't remember. Yeah, there is a region that you might be right. It's something like Valeria.
Yeah, but those are the 2 shows that are in development. All right, House of the Dragon, June 16th on Max. Oh wait, we lost our background. That's our background. All right, let's get into this box office. Oh, it's a sad one, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
My goodness.
Oh.
Well, you know, we called about Garfield kind of taking up.
Garfield doing
You know,
what?
we the public are failing movie theaters.
No, Hollywood has failed movie theaters.
Right?
All right.
Right? Oh, Phil, welcome to the dark side. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hollywood has failed movie theaters.
I think
We,
it's
the
a combination of the economics as well, like bad movies and them being tremendous to go see the amount. Because I think if it was still cheaper prices like back in the days, I think we still all be going to the movies, whether these movies are bad or not.
Cheap where I go.
It's cheap where I go.
That place, if it's not in the records, that place does not exist.
It does exist. Just because you don't go there.
But the point is, it's I can go down the road and pay $7 for a movie too. There's just nothing I care about that much.
Well, I pick and choose now.
I think
see the
everybody
big
does
tentpole
pick
ones,
and
like Furiosa. I
choose.
want to go see.
Yeah, I
And
like to see Furiosa.
Right, but do you remember when the fire was there to be like, oh shit, Furiosa's coming out Thursday night, and you're just there Thursday night at 7 p.m. in the theater. You know, okay, Green Sugar, you have children, I get
That
it.
was before I had kids. 100%.
Right, but like I don't even have children, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I want to see Furiosa, but like
I mean-
I'm not like, yeah.
Let this feeling sink in. Let this feeling sink in. At one point, you could go to the theater with a loved one of yours and pull out $22, and you two would be able to go into the theater and watch a movie. Now you have to pull out $44 to $50.
If I
to go
spend
watch a
$44 to
movie.
$50, I'm sitting with my entire family in reclining heated chairs, and we have snacks.
But that
I'm
place
not
does
kidding.
not exist. So
It
I don't know
doesn't
how
exist.
you.
that is the difference, like Roosevelt and Regal. But you know, like the screen and the other, like the Roosevelt has its flaws, man. Like,
I'm not saying it's perfect, but
The bathrooms
For what-
certainly are not
for
perfect.
the value for the dollar is 100% better than going and paying for the mall overhead. That's
That
what
is
you're
all
paying
true.
for.
That is all true.
Well, all right. You have that theater that you can go to, right?
You have
But
that
that-
theater you can go to too.
No,
in
no,
New-
no,
in
no,
New
no, that's not
Paltz.
what I'm saying. So can everybody in America go to that theater, Green Shirt Guy?
This
No, but
specific
most
theater,
people in
no,
America
but
do
it's
have
not
it.
like
Okay,
there aren't
so
small
everybody
theaters
in
across the
America
country.
cannot go to this special theater.
No, but and everybody in America probably has a small theater in their area.
Yes, they do.
And
Mm.
if we're talking about, we constantly talk about spend your money in your comic book store to keep it open. If you want to keep these small theaters open, patronize them.
They're not that special to me.
Then don't complain when nobody goes to
With
see
the
movies.
with the
Because now you're basically
I'm just
allowing these-
reporting the news. I'm not.
You're only
complaining.
reporting that you hate the a-hole that we had to deal with, and
Oh, I'm not reporting that.
I didn't say you're reporting that. I'm just stating the facts. Okay, we dealt with an a-hole at the one across the river. All right, the bigger a-hole who owns that one and the one I go to is a problem. If they were nice people, you'd be all over supporting them. You know, like it'd be totally different. But the point is, across America, there are small theaters that you can support. It's a local business, yada, yada. People are just burnt out and tired, and being home and streaming is comfortable, and movies just kind of sucking is a real thing.
movies kind of sucking is like a real thing,
It's a
and
very big real thing.
and there's people like me where like the movie theater is right in the next room over. Like,
Yeah.
True.
It's very true.
right, yeah,
so
like
wait,
if you
Phil's Theater is beautiful. I highly recommend Phil's Theater. Plus, I can get whatever I want from the kitchen. I love it. I love it, Phil.
And somebody like you usually makes dinner for us. So.
yeah,
Exactly. Which Sam has missed out on twice. This year, I don't give a damn who needs to be at what airport. We will put our money together and get them a damn Uber. You will be there. I'm having none of it. I'm in a mood today, in case none of y'all can tell.
No.
No. Pshaw. All right.
By the way,
Why did so well,
Thursday,
Cliff?
Thursday night, June 6th, DM me for the link. I'm doing my suicide awareness course.
Nice.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. The Garfield movie is number one.
Trash.
Chris Pratt has. Who watched it?
I didn't even watch it, but I don't want to
But
see
you're calling
it.
it trash. But you're calling it trash. You haven't seen it.
No, because you know what? Like, what
Come on.
is there? What is there to attract me to that movie? What is there to attract me to
You're
that movie?
not 10.
You know, I always liked Garfield.
There's like nothing. There's not even passive. There's not even like a passive, like, ha for me to see. Yeah, whatever. Fine.
Well,
whatever.
yeah, for me,
Nostalgia?
it's prices.
Exactly. Like, I'm not even
How
feeling.
am I going to go see Garfield? I'm not going to spend $40 to go see Garfield.
Again, you could come to this movie theater here, owned by the scumbag,
That
and have
movie,
a
that
good
movie,
time.
those movie theaters don't exist. How can I go to them?
First of all,
They don't
how
exist.
dare you play this game? Just because you say a television doesn't exist, when it cracks your skull open and kills you, it existed then, didn't it? All right? I don't
I don't know
want
how
to.
those theaters are going to crack my skull open because they don't exist.
Well, you know what? One of them could catch fire and have an explosion, and a piece of it could launch in the air and hit you in the head while you're dining across the road. You know?
I
So
mean-
don't tell me it's impossible.
Well, you know what? You're right, but I guess I'm okay because they don't exist.
Let's
so-
get back in with the other member of the Rolon family.
Mad Max is worth the $13 I paid for my date with popcorn and a ham and cheese sandwich, 2 drinks, in Medellin.
That's right. Everyone move to Colombia now.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I actually watched Fury Road. I've never seen like Fury Road, so I watched it last
It's a
week.
great movie.
That movie was, and there again, on that big screen out there, that movie was phenomenal.
It's a great movie.
And like, I'm not the
That
only
was-
person that's done that type of trick. So
That movie is, and the best description I ever heard of that movie is: you sit down in the theater and somebody grabs you by your shirt lapels and just does this for like an hour and a half, because that's what it is, and it's awesome. You enjoy the whole thing, but there's no like, whew, that was something. It's
at
from-
the end,
right when the credits roll, that's your final.
we hadn't. It reminded me of seeing Speed for like the first time you watch Speed. It's that kind of
Yeah.
intensity. Like you're not really gonna eat popcorn through this. Like
right.
My only fear is that they say it's pretty much the same movie.
Okay.
Like the cars driving, you know what I mean, the race. But I guess that's what the movie is.
It
That's
does
what Mad
fall
Max is. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. So it's Garfield, If, Furiosa. They all came in with about 10 million plus. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes came in with 80, only dropping 34%. The Fall Guy at 4 million.
There's
Big
one.
that's Furiosa, like because Furiosa only making 50 million in like.
And I hear nothing but good things about that movie.
And I hear like we hear good things about it, but it's getting
114
that's not-
worldwide. Should be making more.
that one probably should be doing a little bit better. Like I don't even think it got like a #1 movie of the week.
And especially with Chris Hemsworth announced that he's in talks to be in G.I. Joe and Transformers. I think that as possibly as Duke, and I think that'd be phenomenal.
Mm,
It
I
will
think
be
that'd be
interesting.
amazing.
I think that
I
would
bet
be
you do cool.
phenomenal.
I'm ready to watch that movie in mute in a hot second now.
Also, we'll talk more about it next week. We'll talk about that more next week, and then we'll talk about how He-Man got its star actor as well.
Oh my god, he is so delicious. I can't wait. And like I was like, oh baby, I have the power too.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that next week. The Strangers, Chapter 1, Haiku, The Dumpster Battle, and a Violent Nature, Ezra, Sight, Summer Camp. And then we'll just jump down to the bottom, 26. Handling the Undead made 8,000, but you made it. You made it on the list.
By the way, can I just point out that the unsung hero on this top 20 is Kung Fu Panda 4?
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda 4 is like I rode all you bitches to the bank.
Sure did.
Which
Yeah,
call
That's
it?
the only
The
kids
Planet of the
movie on
Apes
there,
is
though,
like
really,
just
right?
hanging in there, making bank still in the top 10. That is.
Click on it. Oh, by the way, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes deserves more love. This is a movie that I feel like the public is failing this movie.
That 337 is that's
Worldwide is good. It's good. Yeah.
Remember, we're looking at the new numbers now. Like, no longer, there's a new era in Hollywood. These are great numbers.
That is the thing. It is a new era in Hollywood, and I think that strike, like, yeah, theaters are feeling it now. Like, now is the real time. Like, they're praying for Deadpool, and here's the problem. Like, what happens August 15th?
Well, this is the gap we talked about during the writer's strike. Remember that there was going to be a window. Who knows how long it's going to be, where there's not a whole lot of new stuff coming out. So it's anything they already had in the pipeline or it's mostly done. They're going to push out and push out and push out so they can kind of stem the tide until they have all brand new stuff. This is that window. We're in that window now.
Joe wants to see Furiosa. Yes, we do.
Let's see. He's got good taste.
All right. It's time for everybody's favorite part of the show, where we go over our homework. But first, I want to put a little StreamYard addition to it, some little giveaway thing. So we're talking Riddick. So the question for today is, John wants information from Riddick, but who is it about? Hashtag his daughter. No space.
Oh.
Don't leave space in there. Hashtag his son. Hashtag his nephew. Or hashtag his brother. That is the question. I will put it up in here. If we answer the question while we're talking, just ignore that we answered it. Let's see if
Kind
they
of
are
an
paying
kind of this
attention.
was kind of an easy question, actually.
It is. I'm not trying to make it hard for people. All right. Remember, again, the question. John wants information from Riddick. Who is it about? Hashtag his daughter. Hashtag his son. Hashtag his nephew. Hashtag his brother. You put that in the comment section below. And then we'll draw at the end to see who gets a duck. Now, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Riddick! Part 3 of the Riddick trilogy so far, with part 4 set to start filming later this year.
I'm ready for it.
Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Well, no.
I'm ready for it too.
I'm not. I'm like, wow. I'm so glad this is a wrap. What's the one?
We'll see if the theater goers are ready for it when it comes
Right.
out.
This shit's gonna make like 11 million and die. Sam, what's our next trilogy?
Oh, I will announce that at the end of the thing after this. Don't worry. It's going to be very, very fun. Very, very good.
After our big fight earlier, Cliff, I'm kind of on the same page with you with this. I think this is
Listen,
number
Go
4 is
ahead.
probably a little too late. This series never really got a whole lot of heat to begin with, and then you're going to come out with one 11 years later. Nobody
It
remembers
is a long
Riddick.
time.
What was this? 9 years? Because it was 2004, and then this came out so this is like 9 years after the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yes.
Well, I'm talking this one to number 4. We're
Yeah.
talking 11, 12 years. Like, it better hit the ground running, or people are going to go, why am I watching this?
It has to be ultra violent
Yes.
and it has to be exciting.
And it can't be a half hour of him talking to himself in the desert.
Exposition.
No, it's gotta be.
Let's talk about this one first before we jump
That's
into
what I'm
part
saying.
4.
This
All right,
one starts
so
off slow.
this one
It
has,
did.
at the end of the Chronicles of Riddick, Riddick had defeated the Emperor guy and taken control of that whole empire.
Right.
This one opens up with Riddick in control of that empire, and he wants to find Furia, I believe the planet, his home planet, Furia.
Right.
Yeah,
But it's been
'cause he got
wiped
tired
from
of
all
being
the
a
records.
leader.
Yeah, it's been wiped from all the records, and only Carl Urban, who's
yeah.
promoted to be in this movie, but is only in this movie literally 30 seconds.
Well, Carl Urban is the Steven Seagal of executive decision.
Yes, Steven Seagal got way more in that movie than Carl Urban gets in this movie. I even seem to think that they took old footage, is what I'm leaning toward.
I don't
You know
doubt
what I
it,
mean?
except for it looks like he's wearing a slightly different uniform.
Possibly, yeah.
Because did you notice that they changed them in this for no reason? Because they never explained that.
Yeah.
That the necromongers suddenly are wearing different stuff that is in line with what they were wearing, but it's definitely different.
Yeah.
So, Riddick is trying to find his planet. It's been wiped from the records, but only Carl Urban's character knows where it's at because he's been there. So they trick Riddick to going into this planet.
That was
But that
stupid.
ends up not being the planet, and they
What,
leave
did they
him for
trick
dead.
him though?
They didn't
got the
trick him.
feeling
Oh,
that
I
just
think they
kinda
did.
kicked him out the door.
No, they tricked him because they told him they were going to take him to that planet, and when they brought it
Yeah.
there, he realized that it wasn't his planet.
It wasn't.
They like
it
set him
wasn't
up.
his
He
plan,
like blows the cliff up and Riddick falls off the cliff. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
leave him
What,
for
what,
dead,
what was the
kind of.
saying? If you kill it, you keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kill what you keep.
You kill
Or
it,
you keep what you kill.
Yeah.
So Riddick is left for dead on this planet. The director and Vin Diesel were quoted as saying when they were making this movie, they wanted to bring Riddick back to his roots.
I mean,
That I
it-
felt a little bit because I thought
Yeah.
we're back to like this almost
Pitch Black.
feels like an Aliens movie.
well,
Yeah.
halfway through this, I'm like, oh, they just want to do Pitch Black too, but they
Yeah.
can't use the same creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought the mud creatures were a nice turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought they looked like xenomorphs with scorpion tails.
Yeah.
yes.
Well, it's 10 years later, so the CGI has gotten a lot better.
Okay,
Well,
we can say that, but all right, let's keep in mind the creatures in Pitch Black looked great. Okay, and Transformers, the first movie, which I ended up talking way too much about today, was in 2007, and those effects are still masterful today. Anyhow, just saying that after the 2000s, it's anybody's game for great special effects.
Yeah.
It
I like
definitely
it. I
felt
like-
like a bad porn video though. The everything's sepia.
Oh no!
I can't stand you right now.
Remember that Pirates porno that made over $1 million? I mean, that had better CGI. I mean, like, let's not get crazy.
Okay. All right, so
And
this
he's
is it.
such a good actor because he's pretending he doesn't know what I'm talking about.
This the story of this
I
is
know
that
what you're talking about.
Riddick is trapped on this planet, but then he finds a beacon that will lure mercenaries to the planet. Creature got roll in his eyes.
So stupid. Like this plot is so convoluted and all over the place that it's like what?
So he activates the beacon, and one of the bounty hunter groups come, and then another group comes, but comes to find out the other group has the father of the merc that captured Riddick in the first movie.
Right.
So
Who was
and he's
addicted to morphine?
Yeah, he's after Riddick for information because he doesn't know what happened to his family. So he is after Riddick for that, and then the other bounty hunters, they just want Riddick because he's worth more dead than alive. People want him.
Because this is
They'll
the
give him
first
double
time,
if he's dead. Yeah.
This is the first time that they're offering that. Remember, because he's like, oh, that's new and different or some nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Bo-Katan's in this movie. By the way.
Bo-Katan is in this.
I was very happy to see Katie Sackhoff. Very happy. You know,
Yeah.
and it was appropriate because now it's Pride Month and she's playing a lesbian. I was very proud, and she lived. Those are many checkpoints. In fact, that helped me increase the score of the movie. You go, girl.
It didn't help it for me. I'll tell you that.
Of course not, because
Yeah.
of course not. You have nothing to gain. Nothing.
David Bautista is also in this movie.
He's actually
Um,
one of the saving graces of this movie, but he's a little.
I feel like he's played that character.
I don't disagree. Oh, I don't disagree.
Yeah. His twist at the end was, I guess it came out of nowhere, but it was just like, oh, now I'm gonna be the triple twist, and I'm gonna escape. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's another movie where like I think Riddick has like the thing in him, and like the planet has the thing, and you never saw the thing until like the end. Like, oh,
yeah.
it does this too.
And
Riddick
in
can
the
heal
movie,
himself.
like Riddick doesn't have that "I saved the day" moment.
No.
I think that's what's missing in this
No.
movie.
It's fully.
Um,
I got to get off this planet so we can make a.
And he's almost about to die
well.
on the cliff, and he's
well,
saved by them. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because he stabbed, like they show him get stabbed by the creature, and then from that point, like he's done.
Can we go over just back up and go over him immunizing himself against their venom.
That was a pretty big hole.
That was
thought-
really stupid.
That was a big
Really
hole right there. I was like, I don't know how you're gonna seal that up because there's nothing in there to seal. Like,
Well,
I thought he was
I'm
gonna
talking
shove
about-
the
I'm talking
rock
before
in.
this, when he's poking himself and squeezing it into himself, so he doesn't get sick from it anymore.
oh, you mean the venom? From
the venom
beginning.
earlier,
Yes.
and then
Yeah,
and so the
yeah.
venom's not hurting him at this point. And then
No.
we got those phosphorus grenade fragments that
Yeah.
cauterizes the wound. I'm like, come on.
I thought he was gonna put it in the hole.
So
Oh no, I thought that was like
In
a
the
hot
hole?
like lava rock that he used to like cauterize his wound at that one.
no, it was. Remember the grenade blew up? It was pieces of the grenade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got to pick up. He put some mud on his hand so it doesn't burn him. Yeah, okay. I'm just like, this is. So, it was that Rambo moment where, remember, Rambo had to sew himself up. So it's one of those, but like it was so out there.
Yeah.
Oh, he also had a cute little pup. Riddick's got a dog.
Yeah, of course he does.
He tested the venom on the dog first. Then he used it
Right,
to himself.
that's right. He did.
He definitely went the animal cruelty route with that venom.
The dog was gonna live, but the dog didn't live. The dog ended up biting
No.
the dust, and I was like, "Oh, that would have been a great character for you to bring with you at
He's
the end
also
of the
eating,
movie." You know what I mean?
Pieces of that other animal. He just hacks off and eats it raw.
Or like the fish, like the eel or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
I think
know.
they call those creatures mud demons or something like that.
Yeah, they're inside like the dirt, and when the rain
Yeah.
comes, they come out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the set pieces of this movie. I really do. Like how this huge storm is coming, and he's telling them like Riddick is telling them like, "Hey, we got to get off this planet," because he knows what's coming. They don't know what's coming.
Well, I just love that.
It's the
No,
one.
it's
thing
never rained on that planet ever. The dog gets all nervous. He's like, "It's fine. You're with me." Like, what are we doing here?
It's Riddick.
What'd you
Well,
say,
no,
Cliff?
I'm fine with him making that statement, but the dog's from that planet.
Yeah.
The one thing this series has gotten right has been its world building has
Yes.
always been good. Its set pieces always been good. Whoever job it was to maintain the atmosphere of the physical atmosphere of these films, they have knocked it out of the park.
I'll give you
Everyone
that.
else came up short.
Those motorcycles are ridiculous.
Yeah.
It looks like Flash Gordon
Hoverbikes.
mixed with like Sons of Anarchy a couple times. I'm like, what are we doing? It looks
Okay,
so bad.
I'm not quite factoring that into the environmental factor.
No, I'm
He's
not.
got like
I'm
a creature on
separating, I'm
fire
just
with one
saying.
of those motorcycles too. Like he like does a
I will
Fast and
actually-
Furious
I'll-
motorcycle trick and sets the creature on
I
fire.
actually want to know more about these planets. The more and more I watch these movies,
Yeah.
like all these planets, I would love to not explore physically, but visually.
Yeah, visually it's stunning. Like, look at this picture right here. Like, this is stunning.
Yeah, but that's all CG.
Yeah, but still
Yeah.
visual.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars beautiful. That's what I would call that right there. So
The dialogue was disappointing again.
I was waiting for you to say that.
There's some couple lines in it where I was like, really? You were
So
good until you said that.
I'm watching it, and the part where he's like, "What I thought was Furia, it was not Furia."
Not Fury, yeah.
And Kamaria came out the bathroom like, "What did he just say?"
Right. How about when he kills Bautista?
There's bad days, and then there's legendary bad days.
How about when he kills Bautista and he calls him a jamoke? I'm like,
Jamal,
Yeah.
I was wondering what the.
Yeah,
So
I
bad.
said when I heard those lines, every time I heard one of those lines, I hear a green shirt guy in my head saying, "This dialogue is horrible."
Well, that's the thing, like, and that's the stuff that will take me out of it. I'm trying to just, because it's a fantasy movie. I get it,
Yeah,
and I'll go along
Yeah.
for the ride most of the time. But that when you say stuff like that, it's so clearly not something someone would say, or
Yeah.
someone would say in that setting because it's clearly tied to like where we live. I'm like, come on,
Or that's having no spine running the family.
right?
I thought that was a great moment though when he was recapping that story. I thought that
just
was
wanna
great.
I just want to point out when we watch movies like this that are written in this manner, Lady Hawk looks like a 10 out of 10. Real.
You couldn't be more right. You could not
Yeah, there is that.
Or more wrong.
be more right. You couldn't be more right.
Oh, you know who else is in this movie that I was upset
Bokeem.
that he yes.
Bokeem
I was like, how you
Woodbine,
gonna kill Bokeem like that? He looked like he was
Yeah.
having the character little like moments and stuff. Like I saw him face to face, so I thought that was gonna project him in the movie to like do more, and maybe he escapes with Riddick and stuff.
Mhm.
And then they just kill him, and I'm like, what you doing here?
See, for me,
Oh,
Bokeem Woodbine, I've seen him in stuff that I've loved, and this was not one of them. Like he's either hit or miss for me. Like if you've seen him in, I think it was the third season of Fargo on FX, he's amazing. But I've seen a lot of movies. You're like, wow, did you try in this? Like, and I don't think it's necessarily his fault all the time. Sometimes it's the writing, but like this was not his shining moment for him.
Well, I've always been a fan of his ever since like movies like Jason Lyric, Crooklyn, like way back in the day. He had some bad movies like Wishmaster too. But yeah, I understand. It is up and
all
down.
right. And then this movie ends with they go to get the power cells for the ships, and Riddick gets stabbed, and the John's father leaves him, makes everybody believe that he's leaving him for dead, but he actually goes back and saves Riddick, and they give Riddick a ship, and they leave, and then Riddick says, you know, he's like, where are you going? He's like, matter of fact, don't tell me. He's like, and then he tells him anyway. He's like, sometimes you just gotta go back home. And I was like, oh. And
Yeah,
then
but
it
you
just
don't know
shoots
where
off.
it is.
Well, I
Where
think
you
that's
going?
going to be the basis of what he's going to find out, because he knows somebody who does. Now, if you bring Carl Urban back,
Carl Urban's not coming in for unless they back up
Listen,
with Brink's truck.
why not though? Vin Diesel and him to come back and they pitch like a good movie.
What motivation does he have to make that movie when he's got the boys and all kinds of other things?
You're
There's
right,
no
but I
reason
think it
for
would
him
be
to ruin
great.
what he's got
I
going.
think it would be good. But-
There's no reason for him to do it. It's unless that movie absolutely kills and scores, it taints what he's doing.
Then that presents a problem for the next Riddick, because he's the only one that knows where Furia is.
Unless he told his wife and they bring back Tandy Newton, what's she doing right now?
Very true.
Nothing.
That's true as well. All right, so time for the numbers. Green shirt guy, what's your number on this movie?
This one I found slightly better than the last one. I thought the kill scenes were pretty good. That one where he flicks the machete up on his foot and then kicks it at the guy.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, all right, it was stupid and ridiculous, but I'm with it. It was fine. And then he kicks the box over and his head falls into him. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Now you got me back. I thought Batista was good. The dialogue I thought was dumb again. The first half hour where he's talking to himself or not talking at all was like, what are we doing here? So slightly better. I give it like a 6.2. I like the first one, but this one, yeah.
All right. See, Bizzle, what's your numbering on this?
I'm surprised nobody talked about the fact that they killed off Kyra.
Killed off who?
How many?
Right, but they didn't show that.
They didn't show it. You know, his they didn't. Nobody really talked about that.
What did they say?
Did
they mention it?
I don't know, because it's supposed to be like 5 years after. This takes place 5 years after she died. But I'm trying to remember when they mentioned.
I didn't see the cartoon yet.
It's probably.
Well, the cartoon takes place before Chronicles of Riddick.
Well, yeah, it goes in between Pitch Black and Chronicles
Yeah.
of Riddick. That's when the animated goes in.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm all about world building and set pieces with these type of sci-fi movies. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I enjoyed the fact that the creatures are very similar to the ones in Pitch Black. It just one comes out at night, the other one comes out during water. And I did enjoy this, so I would give this a solid 7.5.
All right. Cliff?
6.5.
6.5. All right. Phil?
I'm also. I think I liked this like the least of the. Even though it was back to like the old Riddick, and it did remind me of like we're back to like aliens and stuff. I think it was like the least because I like the other one, which had that like Warhammer aspect to it. That was like kind of missing from this.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a little bit of Warhammer got thrown in. So yeah, I'm gonna say like this is also like a 6.5.
All right. I'm going to give this a 7. I thought it was entertaining. I enjoy the Riddick series. I thought it did bring him back to his little roots of being who he was. And I just thought it looked a lot better. And the ending, even though it was a short ending, like it made me look forward to like what. Yeah, it made me look forward to like, okay, I want to see Riddick finally get to his homeworld. I want to see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I give that a 7. So round off, probably about we're in the 6s and 7 ranges, for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our Riddick review. You're probably wondering what the next one's gonna be. Well, I'm gonna tell you what the next one's gonna be.
Goose just gave it an 8.0.
See, this is what me and Las
We're
Vegas are
doing Blade, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing the
Oh.
Blade trilogy.
Oh,
Wow.
why
So
do
this
I
is going to have a sharp drop off after the second one.
why do I feel like this is less terrible than what I remember you suggesting?
I don't even remember what I suggested. I saw this and I was like,
I remember you suggested one, and I was like, I'm gonna make all of you pay for this. You know, Blade is much better. Whatever you suggested before, this is better.
So your homework for next week, ladies and gentlemen, is Blade, Wesley Snipes, Stephen Dorff, first of the trilogy. Make sure you are ready. And also on Monday is New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week. Tomorrow, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, we're starting a new giveaway for the month of June. We got a lot of great things that are going to be going in there. Talk about all the new books, all new comics, new keys. So make sure you tune in. Now I want to spin. It's his son. It's his son, ladies and gentlemen. That was the answer. And if you got it, I'm going to give you 15 seconds. You can type it in. I'll give you a little more. And then whoever wins will get a duck for tomorrow. All right? The first official duck for June. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw. Round and round it goes, or it lands. No one knows, ladies and gentlemen. Who will win the first duck of June? The first duck of June goes to Meatwad #1. Congratulations, Meatwad.
Bravo.
You are our first official duck winner of June, and you are entered into the Monday night contest. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night so you can win some more ducks as well. Let's give a shout out to everybody that came out tonight. Las Cruces 1971, thank you for coming tonight. Phil's Treehouse, thank you for coming here tonight. Meatwad got a duck for showing up. Thank you for coming. DJ Wise, thank you for showing up tonight. Kenneth Bird is in the house. Thank you for showing up tonight. Joe 47771 was in the house. Thank you for joining us tonight. Trev, the shipping guru, is on tonight at 10 p.m. Thank you for joining us. Shop for Comics is in the house tonight. Thank you for joining us. Ken Roland was in the house tonight. Thank you for joining us. Comic Cap Collectibles was in the house. Thank you for joining us. Hack was in the house. Thank you for joining us. Big L Larry Jackson was in the house tonight. Thank you for joining us. Who else? Aggressively Relaxing was in the house. Thank you for joining us tonight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. And that is our show. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, for New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week. We start off our June giveaway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you are liked and subscribe to Council of Comics, Cliff on Comics, and Couch and Slouch and C Bizzle. We thank you. We love you. We thank you for watching. So, let me start. So, for myself and the rest of the Council of Comics, we thank you. We love you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes?